Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. I'm back in the second turn, which quite frankly I'm even dreading a little bit, but let's get going. With all this stuff going on here, I actually want to move this Romanian Air Command south away from Kotelnikovo, unfortunately. And if I they need to move. Let's transfer those guys over to Salsk. They still have STG 77, and let's get those guys to Novocherkassk then. I can keep Romanian aircraft north there. It seems like there are at least some recon planes. I will try to do recon from Romanian Air Command north. Let's actually remove all air directives. And they're probably under the 4th Air Fleet. What I'll do... Oh, they're not even ready. Well... I'm just gonna try to let them fly all the time. Which probably doesn't work. But that's fine. We'll see what those 9 guys can do there. In that case, well, I'll still keep them in Milarovo. There was, however, one air group. From Jägerschwader 4. I want to send them over to Tatsinskaya. I guess, yeah. I don't want them to rest. I want them to go for day only. But I do want them to try and intervene in this area a bit. To make sure that things are okay there. Now... the interesting thing here is they only have 3 recon planes here now, 12 here. What I need those guys to do I guess they do come from Demyansk. There are only 4 planes. And they also don't have them anymore. Basically, I ran them into the ground last turn. Now I have no replacements. They all went down anyway, even at that height, which is fairly interesting to see. Again, this is learning territory for me. It seems like they all died. Except one, but no, it died. So also at that level, 15,000, it's not good enough. Interesting. Alright. At least now we know. By moving in here, this is rough terrain. I'm effectively cutting you off, although they might try to attack. I cannot see what's there. These are part of the cavalry Romanian corps currently. How powerful is this guy? He has 5 infantry, so he must be pretty good. Whereas this guy has 4. So I want as little units as possible under that, and as many of them under the cavalry Romanian corps. And then I do want to have these guys under the mountain Romanian corps though, simply because 17th Army needs to be unburdened, which they are now. Great. The somewhat interesting question, and I think I'm actually not gonna do it, is can I get the Romanian cavalry? Yeah, I should put it here. Or, yeah. The Luftwaffe Field Division. Well, first of all, this part of the Luftwaffe Field Division should be in there. And again, I'm doing this because I'm role-playing. You need to get off of the train. Break up. One part is going down into Feodosia. No. I'd rather have them just walk then. One part is going into Tomanskaya because there was already a unit in there. But now this mountain division will go up. These guys will get into Feodosia shortly anyway. And the parts of a Luftwaffe field division are much less interesting than an entire Romanian division, for sure. Let's take a look though, because if they're indeed at 80, I want them to just be at ready. There's no reason to keep them in refit if they are that high. So they can be on ready status. Although it doesn't seem like these guys got it, so they should still be on refit, sure. But the part at Sevastopol and the one up there are doing fine. What's the fort level? Oh. Their construction value is 8, so it's also very, very low as it is. That makes quite a lot of sense, but I don't really expect them to be overly aggressive there. Wonder what they're gonna try and do here. I actually considered that they might go for a breakout. I'm gonna put that Romanian unit in there to protect that. How's the 4th Romanian Mountain doing? Pretty well. They can hold this area too. And I think they probably should. If I want to beat this unit next turn, which is probably going to be very difficult, but it's still a rifle division. Yeah, things will be dicey. The 9th Romanian Cavalry needs to return to Krasnodar for a refit, definitely. These guys probably should have that too. Those two are at 75. I mean, if they move in here, that's not even all that bad. 68. I'll just hold that there. These, however, it's an entire Jaeger division, but they're doing quite poorly. I'm kind of loath to give up any position almost. But let's pull them back a hex and just see how the AI reacts to it. Things are looking reasonable in there. So that should be fine. In the first game, you could actually move all the way up to Sukhumi and kind of be fine with that because there would not be any ports here, but now everything here is a port. And it would be very hard to isolate those areas at this stage. Right, now we have the 50th in good order. These guys can actually stay there. The Schwerin Cossack Regiment will go 1 hex further, and these guys will also get behind the Kuma River. They have a unit here, so if they want to cross the river too, it's probably better to move these 1 more hex. Seems like this held quite nicely. Once again, I will abandon the depot because I'm retreating back to Georgievsk here. I want to see though whether I can actually join together that mountain division. I probably can. Good. Retreating over in this direction like that is probably good. I wonder if I can actually send them over by rail. Same accounts for the 13th Panzer Division. I'm gonna need to take a look how the rail efforts are going here. For sure, 3rd Panzer is gonna move all the way up, and then we'll get off of the train. Just like that. They still have 19 left, so that is pretty reasonable. I want to see whether in Romania I got that part of the unit back. Probably not yet. I don't know. Okay, that's fair enough. Move you back into Armavir though. It's weird because they also have a unit going in here. It seems like I can do some encirclements around this area. That's how it looks like. It wouldn't surprise me if that were actually possible. Let's see, you're above 70, but then the 1st Romanian Infantry Division isn't. So let's put these on already. These guys still in reserve. Funnily enough, these are... No, they're South 36. Okay, never mind. Okay, I have quite a... Where's the other Romanian corps? Down here. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Seems like we have these 2 Italian divisions, both part of that or 3 Italian divisions, all 3 part of the Italian Corps. They are willing to give me a lot here. You're part of the 4th Romanian. One thing I'm doing though is putting you under the 4th Panzer Army, because that's exactly what they are going to do. And 4th Panzer Army is currently part of Army Group B, but they should be part of Army Group A, I think. But I'm not really sure whether there's some sort of penalty to it, so... I would need to be quite careful. As usual, I'll try to do the more easy stuff first, because that makes all my future decisions a whole lot easier. 72. And they have a high combat readiness. Now it seems like this entire area here is empty. That means I can advance with the Luftwaffe field divisions. Although, not too much, because it's still quite dangerous, regardless. I think. Yeah. And these two, neither of those two hexes are getting taken. So that's no good, but I will put them there. And I'll just keep them on ready. Put the core in Velikiluki for them to be operating from there. It suits me just fine. We do have 2 Panzer divisions here now. That's also quite something. Oh. Very glad to be able to take that back. Sure. So another good thing about this now is that the Demyansk pocket has been severely extended, and there's no danger of an encirclement anymore. The core here, yeah, it's still a little bit tricky. I don't really want to abandon those positions necessarily. This also, I have way too many Luftwaffe field divisions. Those are a disaster. Storm infantry battalion, huh? The thing is, Storm infantry battalion. Let's go to the OKH, see what it is. Nothing particularly special. I did get 2 additional infantry units. You know, I should really just stick it to one area. These will be significantly weakened if I remove the infantry. In fact, they could stack on this. It's just too weak. Going in here though, there's no way that I can hold that with a non-German unit. Let's start here though. Get those Slovakians off of the train and just see what I can do. 40th Panzer. And let's put you under 40th Panzer too. Alright, that should be rather interesting. I really need to make sure that the corridor is open this turn and keeps open. And I don't know what kind of mechanized force that is. But having that as a 7 also seems like a pretty decent deal to me. The thing that I want to achieve here is switch you over down there. And these in here. Those German parts should hopefully allow me to hold on the Chir River. It's a 5. Cost me some tanks, but it did succeed. Now, why is that important? Because now I get those 2 hexes. And that in itself doesn't seem very interesting, but it actually is. So there are a few things that I could do with those, but I'd rather not do it like that. Or rather not immediately take care of them. Doesn't seem to be any data on the 306th and 321st infantry divisions, sadly. guys also certainly need to retreat. I don't think they're gonna attack the Bergman Ostman unit there. I know it seems a bit silly, but if I can take those defensive locations, yeah, it doesn't really help too much, but let's get those Romanians to a position where they can evacuate out. And these guys are certainly gonna rail out. I'm just I haven't decided yet how far they're gonna go. What I have decided is that the 111th is going to move in to the city. And could get them into Armavir. But already these guys, they cannot use the rail. I want to get the rail unit into Armavir though. Getting all the way back to Armavir takes a while, even for the AI. So it's not as if they'll do that in just a few seconds. I want the Steinbauer Ost Infantry Regiment. Yeah, if they can be under a good corps, I guess that's pretty important. The 52nd Corps, because he's pretty bad. He's actually an air commander. In fact, I'll actually strip his command. We'll just leave. 28th. Yeah. His command is just no good, so if I can help it, I'll change it. Because yeah, even they cannot go like that. What I'll do is I'll put the Steinbauer Ost Infantry Regiment out here, just in case they'll launch an attack, to be a bit more sturdy. It is unlikely that they will do so, but this should look a bit neater then. It also allows me to move 13th Panzer into that city, you into Pyatigorsk, and let's get the HQ into Mineralnie Vody, which I completely butchered. A shame that we'll have to also leave another rail yard behind. But I think it's a decent retreat that we're putting up here. It has to be done, basically. There's no way I can maintain those positions with so many of those Soviets out there. So 17th Army is looking alright now. Getting that Mount Romanian close, and let's put the 5th Corps into Novorossiysk to assist those depots in performing a little bit better. And 1st Romanian is then under Mount Romanian Corps. Excellent. This is 4th Romanian Army. 4th Romanian Army is somewhere here. It is here. Still need to move that back. That's depleted, huh? No surprises. The important question, I think, is can these, how far do they get? Not far enough, and then also next turn they still wouldn't be that much help in near Stalingrad, even after that. So that too is quite tricky. Cutting this off is okay, but that's not gonna hold. Now, moving in here will cut off these units. Unless there's also something here, then they need to go down. But that would defeat some of this. I also see myself encircling these units. If I can then also hold at the Don, the attack from this side will have been negated. Doesn't really seem like I can make a bigger encirclement. Could move there with the 3rd Panzer too, but then if needs be I wouldn't be able to move in here. Okay, that did solve it. If they link up again, in a sense that would be fine. No, they would have connection through this, so we know there's something there. What I'll do is I'll use the 8th Romanian Cavalry to cut it off here as high as possible. That does seem to be the right way to go about it. They have a unit here. The one thing that I might be able to do with that And then maybe they can even go back, as I would create a second encirclement. I think I will. They would be unlikely to have something here. The good thing about that is that these units, they can technically still go here. But it's a lot less likely now. And the ultimate goal is to exhaust the enemy's attack around here, or to make sure that they send as many forces over to Moscow. It could be that too. I still have those 2 Panzer divisions here too. How well would they react to something like this? I'm inclined to just switch or to use 22nd Panzer to hold this area or something here. I need to hold Morozovskaya too. I don't think they can threaten it from this side, but these guys could still go down and potentially snag it. That would still be unfortunate and not what I want. I did think there was a Luftwaffe field division there, but I guess I'm mistaken. Maybe I did something with it. This is funny. Huh. I could throw away 960 units in order to cut off their rail line. But I think they get supplies from Baku, I think. I'm not sure. Do I have another corps here? I don't think so. I have the 4th Corps with Yenica, but he's really only good for infantry. There was another corps here somewhere, I think. Yeah, with Ferdinand Heim, who is also not very good, but Ferdinand Heim at least has 5 nice. He doesn't have any support units. The assault. As far as I'm concerned, I need a unit on this side too to go there and hold that. Of course they beat them. No losses. That's pretty good. To be honest, I'm rather inclined just to beat the tank corps and mechanized corps if I can help it, because it will create so much more of a gap for the Soviets that it will be hard for them to fill here. That actually might even be worth doing. But I don't really want to inconvenience the units that are in here. So let's link up. And are they even? Holy smokes, they're ready under these conditions. They're at 5. If this rail gets cut, these guys will be in even worse trouble than before. Right, I'm just gonna do one more thing here and then I'm gonna call it quits for today. They're all in their command right now. Or that's across the river. Four, 9, 12 against 8. I have to say that that looked like the best out of all of them. 137, 137, and the 260th cannot even move in there. Let's move up. It doesn't feel that those guys are likely gonna move. But I need to create some space here too, either which way. Might just as well do it like this. These guys on the Yuknov airbase, they are not quickly going to surrender. Not after 1 week. They're level 2 forts. They're gonna fight. So I might just as well take this moment to organize these units and to make sure that by joining together, most of these shouldn't be so overburdened anymore. At least this isn't. And even though I still have you guys, which is slightly too much, I'm sure that we'll be able to deal with it appropriately. Okay. Being able to move freely is always an interesting thing here. These guys need to go up though with the rail. So let's keep them in there for this turn, and then from the next turn they can actually move. I think a good idea, to be sure. I'll be stretched thin here as I try to deal with this. The interesting thing is that once again it does look like they cannot even get in there. The roads don't work too much in my favor. Right, I'm gonna wrap things up here. I know I'm playing super slow, but to be honest, for everything I've been thinking in my mind how I'm potentially gonna win this. I think it might be possible. If we look at the points, let's just get this here. We're at 674. I did not take into account last time Leningrad, which is 36 points. So 36 points from Leningrad will get you up to 710. Yeah, let's do this. 710. Kalinin then would be 720. I think Kalinin is possible too. So that's 720. Then basically at that point with 720, it's during the winter I need Chula Tambov. That is up until only 1st of January. Okay, so never mind that. 1st of April, 775. I would need to get... Basically, I need to capture Moscow. That's the ultimate goal. I need to capture Moscow if I want to win, and I need to do that while also capturing Leningrad by the 1st of July. Yeah, that's the check. 1st of July. Because this would be 710. 776, 86. Oh, crap. Then I need Chula 2, and I need to hold Stalingrad. Yeah, but that is pretty much the only way. Alright. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.